pen. Subjugate the dub play, and you know we can't wait to bring spin.
A battle for division supremacy. It's the coach. This is NFL football on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got 1 versus 2 in the AFC East, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. The throw taken in by Cole. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Patriots take over. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Push him back. Push him back.
Throwing again. Sims. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Sims. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here's J.K. Scott now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. That's pulled in at the 32. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. For New England, this is how they will line things up defensively. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And this game, for them, is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield and try and create some lost yardage plays.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Out to Cole on the right side. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
have
out.
that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Sims. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us down.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Sims. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Sims finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's complete to Cole. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
60 out more.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
We got 4. We got 4.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. Moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. He'll look to throw. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
As a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. Shift.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
We got chips over here. Chips over here.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Now here's the signal caller, getting ready to lead this offense again. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's his safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. That's taken on the 25.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Sims. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been terrific so far. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Dolphins on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. And to give this time to the tailback. And down to the 36-yard line here. And he's going to take this down close to the first as he's brought down at the Patriots' 36. Now a handoff here to his running back. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Check, check. Lucky.
They'll run on 1st down. Good. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. On 2nd down now. Good. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 19-yard line. On 3rd down. Good. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
Here's Sims. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Take 4.
2nd and 9 now. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Off play action. Sims. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There was nothing available there for him.
And his kick is good. And that will give us the very rare scoreline of 5-0. So it's our first offensive points of the game so far, and it gives us a very rare scoreline. We don't see this one often, 5-0.
Yeah, it's been sort of a weird one to this point, hasn't it? But hey, in this league, you take points any way you can get them.
This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw. Sims. And he finds a man on a crossing route. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he fields it cleanly. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the 2nd quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so because the run has been very effective for them.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was the Panthers who were able to come away with the home victory. DJ Moore, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Minnesota Vikings. 21-13, your final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. From the gun on 3rd down. Sims gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, Sims. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Sims. And he comes back with one complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 36. Looking to throw. Sims. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Sims. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Sims. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Sims. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
The extra point up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told, and it ends with a New England touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard elsewhere, 3rd quarter down in Arizona. And the Seahawks fans have to be happy. That lead just got bigger. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. And he gets this all the way down to the Patriots' 14-yard line. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now a 1st carry for their fullback. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's got to the point when we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers, too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
On now the Miami field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Dolphins are going to be forced to settle for 3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll keep it on the ground. Good. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. On 2nd down, rush.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
A big play there for New England. 75 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd down now, it's Rose. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Operating from the gun, Sims. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time it's a sack.
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 36 yards out. And his kick is indeed good. And that's going to bump up their lead now to 15-3. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
You ready?
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all. And now your discipline comes into question. Having poise, this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He'll look to throw. This throw over the middle taken in by Cole. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And it's hard to hold a kick from this distance against him, but that is now 3 misses for him in the game so far.
3! And you wonder where his head's at right now. Kickers are a funny breed, but I have a feeling he'd love to see a 29-yarder next time to get him back in the groove.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Throwing to start the drive. Sims. Benjamin's got it. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Let's go, baby.
On first down, rush. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Ready. Mike's 59. Ricky.
On 2nd down, good. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Back to throw. Sims. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
He wasn't ready.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. From the gun, Sims. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Operating from the gun, Sims. It's caught by Davis. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now a give right side. Rose. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Rose. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
So the Dolphins now down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll drop the throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Looking to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. He's going to let it fly, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down now, but the clock continues to move. He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
2nd and 4. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Patriots, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Miami, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down.